Hey guys, John here, Mr. Forex Fire. So we've gone over the 4 hour stuff. Let's just take a look. I'm just going to share the screen and we'll talk you through everything in a moment. So on the advanced section within, I've done the 4 hour, 3 box weekly setups. This is just setups to alert us when we need to reanalyze the situation where prices come into box number 2. Okay, so now we're going to be going into the New York ones. So I've done the London ones for the 4 hours, and for the 1 hours I've gone on the New York sessions. Okay, so at the moment on the red list we've got 7 on the alerts. There may be 1 or 2 of these that's going to be on the New York one as well. So we just go to the New York. Okay, we've got the order card on the top. Ignore the colored things on the top of here. These are just what I've been using over the last few weeks or so. So we can see we are coming down to the 1 hour. Right, so you can see here we've had some sideways motion, impulse, come back up to retest, and then drive back down again. It's come up and it hasn't quite broken structure of this area here. Okay, albeit when we do the boxes, okay, just to give us a more visual look, it's come up and flagged, it's retested into that area, you see, so it shows you that this works. But as we are moving down, we're looking at obviously structure, retracement, and now this is starting to pull down now. But within that pull down, we've got a swing point just here. Let's get on the brush. So as you can see, we've got swing point, swing point, swing point, and within the intermediary price level, we've got a swing point here. Okay, so I'm just going to get rid of all that. We're going to drill into this. Just need to, and these are the 1 hours. Okay, so as we've driven out of this area here, a lot of liquidity was being held there. You see there's been a break of structure, and this is just going to let us play out box 1 coming down to here. Let's get that highlighted. So that is the box 1. Just drill in a bit more. Box 2, I would play from the high, and I'm gonna, because we've got a couple, it's normally the last buy before the sell when it's on the higher side, but because of these 2 here being contained within the wick to wick of this, I'm going to include this as the order block area. Okay, so from there we've got box number 2, and as we've got box number 2, we're going to measure out our pips around about 22 pip of range. So 22 pip range, we'll get that in there. Got our break of structure, remember, waiting for the flag to come back up. Let's just take a look. So we're waiting for the flag to come back up to test us in. Let's get the high and the low. Okay, and the overall maneuver, if we get the play, depending on where it comes, we'll just say 50% at the moment. You're looking at a range, pip range of around 162 pips. Okay, so as always, we're going to knock the box 2 further along. We're going to wait until we get around about 1/8 of the way in or so. Set our alerts, add alerts. Now what you're going to be doing on the 1 hour, it's the 1 hour times by the 60 divided by the 30 is going to give you down to a 2-minute entry. Okay, so you can do a 2-minute entry, a 3-minute entry, or a 5-minute entry on these ones. Okay, so that's what you can look for going into there. When we get the touch coming up into the top area, we're waiting for that reversal and then the breaker structure back down. So what I mean by that is, get the brush on. By the time we get the flag coming up, okay, and it's doing its thing, coming up, comes up into play, come down, it may go back up, and when it comes down and it's broken that structure there, you're looking for the order block area up here, for get the mitigation back in to then come back down to this area, okay? So that's how we're looking for the play. So again, we've got the alert set. Let's mark that red. And we'll have a look at the audio ST and see if there's anything on that one. Let's look at the bigger picture. All right, so we've had the big downtrend on here. We've come out. As we'll come out, we'll come down, we'll retest. We had a high, a high, high. We haven't broke structure of this. We'll continue to make higher highs. And we've broken structure here. We've come back to retest that. We've come down. So I'm going to be looking for an area at around about here, to be fair. Let's have a look. We'll be looking around about that area there. So just get rid of that. Let's pan this in. And again, what will verify this is the fact that obviously we've took out the breaker structure here. As we've taken out the breaker structure, we can identify the box one, okay, and we'll have that right the way down to here. We're now going to get the flag pattern come back up into play. We want our box two to be, I would say, anywhere from that area there. To be fair, will contain the three or four candles in there. So breaker structure, waiting for the flag to come back in. We've got box one, box number two. Again, waiting for the run of play, for the flag to come up, come into play, hit the alert, and as it comes in, we're waiting for the breaker structure coming back down. That's going to be your entry because it's the order block, and then we're going to have it run down. Let's take a look. So we'll just get rid of this. Let's take a look. We'll do the range high and the range low. So that's your high, contain your range. And then we've got the box 23 pip maneuver. So we've got 23 pip range. Get down to a 16. That's a 23 pip range. Overall pip, if we come in, it's going to be around 140 odd pips. Anything that's over 100 is a good run of play, to be fair, on the 1 hour. Again, let's have the alert set. An eighth of the way into box two to give us an alert to tell us to have a look and make it red. Not going to bother with CAD Swiss franc, CAD JPY. I was looking at some of this last week. Let's have a look. Yeah, that's still running at the moment for me, so I want to keep that set up. Box three did enter in quite nicely, to be fair. And if we go down to the 2 minute, just to sort of see where we are with this. Okay, I was looking for, like you see, you look at the run of play for the higher side up on the top. You've got the entry there to perfection. It's more or less done the whole 13%, to be fair. So we'll keep that red, and then we can monitor it through the week. So that was off last week, what I was doing and what I was looking at. So again, I mean, that's a good trade as well. So we've got Euro CAD, which we've got set up. Have we got this set up on the 4 hour? Yeah, we've got that set up on the 4 hour, to be fair. So I just need to write on here so we don't confuse ourselves. This is the 4 hour setup. Euro USD, I wasn't going to change. We had that as a 4-hour setup. NZD card. Again, there's a bit of a harmonic there. I'm not going to go into harmonics today. That's for a later session, to be fair. Come up, come down. We're retesting this at the moment. Let's take a look. So we've got an impulse drive out. We haven't broke structure yet, so we're just going to leave that alone. USD card, I know we've got set up. NZD USD. Again, this one played out just the other week. 1 to 2.67, and there was a 1 to 11. Let's just get rid of that because those both have played out. Consolidating at the moment. Right, so we've got liquidities residing up on the top here, and there's liquidity here. We've had a break of structure on the bottom. A break of structure. It's terrible, that. Let's have a look. But a break of structure that's come down on here, so we could see that there as a box 2. Okay. That is box number 2. The box 1 is going to be this here. We're starting to get the flag come back up. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Flag to come back up. This is on the, that's on the 4-hour, to be so sorry about that. It's on the 4-hour. We need to go back down to 1 hour. Right, so it's a bit more choppy on this, to be honest. Let's have a look. Right, so we'll still do this. This is a bit risky, to be fair. So we've got the 1 hour. Let's have a look at this. That's box 1. Box 2. We're going to be looking at that. That's your box 2. Again, we've got the flag starting to come up. The flag's starting to come up, and this here is around about 21 pips. So we're averaging, if you can see a pattern of what we're doing on here, we're seeing on average on the pip ranges on box 2, we're normally getting about 20 to 30 pips, to be fair. I'm just going to put 22 pip range. So you'll get used to these sort of things as well. I said around about 100 pips is normally a good range to be working within. See that there again? That's 102 pips, so that's good. Again, once again, we'll get the alert to come in to tell us. Want the alert there. We'll make this red. GP USD, we were going to do that. USD JPY, used to trade this one all the time as well. Very high at the moment, this, to be fair. Let's take a look. We're flagging down, to be honest. We're going to be looking at, for me personally, because I don't think this is finished on a high at the minute. We've had the break of structure. Certainly there, certainly a break of structure there. Impulse drive, starting to get the flag coming down. Starting to get the flag to come down at the box 2, run it into here. Okay, get the range high and that range low, because I do believe this is going to come down, spike into here. It's going to retest back up here for another term, I think, before we get the push down. Again, 20 odd pips. So it's 29 pips. 29 pip range. So that's up there. Is this going to be on 100 pips, do you think, or 139? Right, so 140 pip range there. So we need to get the boxes done. Box 1 and box 2. we'll make this one red. So now we've got overall 12 setups possible. Again, let's just stop the share a minute. This isn't for to see that these are going to be alerted. We're just setting up things for us to put our attention to the charts. That's the 1 hour setups and the 4 hours done. Okay. If you haven't seen what the 4 hour ones are, again, and you want access, just request access to the Discord channel. I'll get you on the inside. Again, the guys that are inside of the Discord, if you want to see what the 4 hour weekly outlook ones are, just scroll a bit further down. You'll see that in the subcategory under the 4 hour box charts. Okay. So thank you very much and have a good week. I'll see you all later.